Hi guys, my name is Aurora and I'm a part of the Forex Strategies Resources team. In this video I will show you the pin bar pattern, how to recognize a pin bar and how to trade with a pin bar. This is a simple and effective tutorial. A pin bar is a one bar formation. The pin bar is a price bar which has rejected higher or lower prices. Price will open and move in one direction and then reverse during the session to close at or past the open. The pin bar is a signal formed by a bar with the following characteristics. Its body is usually much smaller than its spike, at least a third. Must have shown a rejection of a level of support or resistance. The price starts and follows a direction to then reverse during the market session. Usually it is clear and simple to see since it has a large spike shadow. It often forms swing highs or low swings on the market. The pin bars can be used in trend and trading range markets, but also as a signal against the underlying trend, therefore as an inversion. See examples to right. In the following example, we find a pin bar with a daily and weekly trend. Before the pin bar, we have a reverse pullback movement with the pin bar forming perfectly by testing 1.1950 area marked as important on the weekly bar chart. Very simple, as an entry strategy you can try to go on sell of the URSD through a sell stop pending order, a few pips below the pin bar minimum with a stop loss programmed on the platform of a few pips above its maximum, thus having a maximum loss well calculated for the beginning. The target of the position can be the next level of support, always taking the levels we marked in the analysis carried out over the weekend. In this case, the key area 1.16. Entry then at 1.1920, stop loss at 1.25 and the target at 1.1610. In this way, I will have a position of 85 pips of maximum loss and 310 pips of possible target of profit taking. Another example is always on the EUR-USD pair. The pin bar against the trend must form on very important levels marked on weekly or even monthly charts, and in general it is preferable to use my improvement entry. I place a pending sell limit order on half the total range of the pin bar with one protection stop loss always a few pips above the setup bar pin bar. The target should always be shot just above the main support level marked on the weekly chart. Pin bar entry. I place a pending sell buy limit order on half the total range of the pin bar with one protection stop loss always a few pips above the setup bar pin bar. The target should always be shot just above below the main support resistance level. Practical example of pin bar, entry, stop loss and the target. In this chart we have two complete sell orders that you can take as an example. Now practice. I show a simple strategy with the pin bar and the moving average 21 period. Pin bar with moving average is a price action system. When the market is trending, we can wait for the market to pull back to the moving average and then watch for a pin bar to form. So let's take a look at few examples. First, we need to clarify what a proper pin bar is and how to trade it. A pin bar can close higher than the shadow of the previous candle for a bearish pin bar and can close lower than the shadow of the previous candle for a bullish pin bar. The pin or shadow of the pin bar has to stick out from the candlesticks around it. The really good ones will have a shadow that is long as or longer than its real body. Now for the entry rules. A pin bar can close higher than the shadow of the previous candle for a bearish pin bar and can close lower than the shadow of the previous candle for a bullish pin bar. The pin or shadow of the pin bar has to stick out from the candlesticks around it. The really good ones will have a shadow that is alone as or longer than its real body. Trading rules pin bar with moving average. By the pin bar finds support in uptrend at the 21 EMA exponential moving average. Place a pending order 5 to 10 pips above the high of the pin bar. Place a stop loss 5 to 10 pips below the low of the pin bar. If entry is not signaled within 3 to 5 candles, delete the pending order and wait for the next signal. Sell. The pin bar finds resistance in a downtrend at the 21 EMA. Place a pending order 5 to 10 pips below the low of the pin bar. Place a stop loss 5 to 10 pips above the high of the pin bar. If entry is not triggered within 3 to 5 candles, delete the pending order and wait for the next signal. Examples of trading. First, we'll take a look at an uptrend and look for price to find support at the 21 EMA and then look for a pin bar. When we're placing our targets, we really want to be able to make at least a 1-to-1 profit. That means that if we are risking 50 pips, we want to make at least 50 pips. This move definitely hit a 1-to-1 profit target. Here is another example of price finding support and creating a pin bar at the 21 EMA. On the very next candle, we got our entry and the price went on to hit our 1-to-1 target very easily. Downtrend example. As you can see, once the market got going, it really took off after finding some really nice resistance at the 21 EMA. Here is another great example of a price finding resistance at the 21 EMA in a downtrend and then creating a nice pin bar that we can trade. Sideways markets. One of the things we need to take note of is sideways markets. Things tend to get really choppy and the moving average tends to just look like a flat line. These kinds of situations are good to stay away from because you will find a lot of different candlestick patterns representing indecision rather than conviction. The following image are examples of flat markets you would want to stay away from trading. Subscribe, comment and share on this video.